Hello YouTube newsletter and survival group subscribers. This is Terrell from TERRAL03.com, and today is January 23rd, 2018. And we've had a pretty remarkable event, something that's worthy of a report. And I see there's a lot of commentary going around. I'm going to give you a slant from the Project Black Star investigation. It'll be a little bit different from what you see with other people talking about planetary alignments and things like that. But the reason that this quake right here took place has a lot to do with this quake right here. Whenever you look at the depth on that 447, these deep earthquake events, that's what we're looking for. Now, let's look at earthquake 3D, and from what we know, we had 3 events here in Cascadia. We had the one oddball out here off the coast of California. Terminal N, going through the lull period, is trying to go back this way. If this would happen earlier in the cycle, this event would have taken place further over this way. But because we've got this contraction of the magma plume formation, so the narrowing of the buoyancy barrier corridors, and then you get popped with this 5.7. I mean, we count the number of these earthquake events that are on the Fiji side of Earth Mantle Transition Zone. Activity's been slowing down. Remember, we had 8 at the last report, much smaller number. But that's what I'm saying in the reports. If you get these deep earthquake events along the corridor, origination zone, along buoyancy barrier corridor number 1 here, as this terminal ends, is moving back towards Indonesia, and the narrowing of the corridors, it doesn't take that much energy to test the terminal end. Look how close it happened to the terminal end. That's trying to go back this direction, moving to the lull period. This quake, and if you look at the timing of it, you see this one here just happened. They go back in time, go back in time, go back in time. See, this one here happened almost 6 days ago. So the energy moved along the corridor here, tested the terminal end that backed up to it. That's what caused this earthquake event, 25-kilometer depth. Would expected it more, maybe the 10-kilometer depth, just a little bit deeper. But that's pretty much it. That's pretty much the analysis on what's caused this event, and I'm not surprised that it happened very near the terminal end where this is trying to back up here. Then give you a bit of the history. Let's go back to the newsletter, and if you've been following my reports, then we deviated from the 2016 pattern originally. I mean, we had our 2 at the backside alignment. We have our 2 just right here. Same thing at the backside alignment. But then look at all these zeros that came by. The pressures that were released earlier in 2016, you see you got the 2, then you only skipped 1 week before you had 2 7s. Then you skipped 1 week before you had another 7. Skipped 1 week before you had another 7. Skipped 1 week before you had another 7. This is reverberating waves in the deep magma plume formation that's causing this, moving through the lull period. So when we got a bunch of these zeros, I'm going, whoa, 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 whoa. There's something that's not right here. There's supposed to be 7s here. I've been predicting them, that they were supposed to come sooner. Well, now they're coming. And so we've got a 1 here. We have a 1 here for the Peru, for Honduras. Now we're going to have 1 down here. 3 weeks in a row for 48, 49, and 50. And if you go back to the last cycle, you can see that we had our final 7 in week 51. So we're, as far as these local events, particularly around the Pacific Ocean Ring of Fire, then we're not out of the woods yet. Probably going to go a little bit further. And once this 7 activity began, that began the 24 weeks that we did not have a 7 magnitude earthquake because the pressure were released up here. So I was starting to think that we were going to have in May coming. If these zeros would have kept going, then these 7s that we're getting now would have come at the uptick period. That would have been even more dangerous. So the fact that the pressure's being released, moving through this lull period, is in a way good news for what's coming in spring. Maybe the spring activity is going to be lessened not only by Jupiter converging over here, the Jupiter black star. Jupiter's coming this way, Mars is coming this way, but Jupiter is the one that's connected through the magnetic portal connection to the black star, so it's siphoning more electromagnetism. So whenever we do come on around, see, we're almost reaching the 90-degree angle relative to the black star and Jupiter. And something that I didn't see Frank mentioning is that he's really close to his, for people that use the planetary alignment modeling, then I never put as much, gave as much credit to the 90-degree alignments. Those are not really alignments, but it just seems to me, I mean, there seems to be something that's going on there too. Then, if you look at the date on this event, January 23rd, look at the time there, 7.9. Go back to last year, January 22nd, 7.9, 135 kilometer depth, Papua New Guinea. So this took place on the 22nd of last year, and this one took place on the 23rd of this year. Just about the same magnitude and almost to the day, a year apart. So this is it's nothing really strange what's going on, but what this does show is that we are following 2016 rather closely, and if we do continue following that pattern, then we should see the reduction in activity when we get beyond week 41. So now we're getting ready, we're gathering data until Saturday for week 50, and we could even see 4 weeks in a row of having 7 magnitude earthquakes right down here. Then we'll see if we continue following the cycle as the chart. We're going to begin the next orbit cycle just about right here, and then we'll see how closely for 2018 that we're following this cycle here, that we have the long series of nothing as far as the sevens go. So we're going to continue to watch that pattern. Then just want to make this a short report. You guys see where we're in the solar system, making the 90 to Jupiter. We're going to be making the 90 to the black star in the 3rd week in February. So we have to come on around. The black star is still ahead of Jupiter. It's over here in this area right here. So when we draw the line from over here, you can see we're not at the 90 yet. We're going to reach that 90 in the 3rd week of February. Then on March the 4th, I should say, Mars is going to be passing between Jupiter and the Sun, and it's going to enter black star space right through here. We're going to be watching that very carefully. Nothing to do with earthquakes, has to do with the leading edge that we're going to be watching from Earth perspective. This leading edge, we should expect that the dust storms begin on the eastern limb, the leading edge, as it's moving this way. The reason is because the magnetic portal connections that are in here with the black star, this is just a network of magnetic portal connections. It's going to, and as they're converging, it's going to cause the portal to portal cross firing. Highly charged ionic clouds are going to be in this region, and as Mars passes through, it doesn't have the robust magnetosphere like the Earth, so it shows up as dust storms, dust plumes at the beginning, and we want to know where these dust plumes, they're going to be in the southern hemisphere, they're going to be on the leading edge, but we want to know precisely if they're more over on this side or if they're farther on the other side. That gives us an idea of black star influence and the highly charged ionic clouds that are in this region right here. The Earth will be coming behind and be in this position in the month of May following it. So we're going to get testimony from Mars first. Then I'm getting ready to make the video on, I'll pull up that information on the Mystery Explained. The Bethany and Chandra, she's the new supervisor over the book project, and they're getting something done. In 3 to 4 days, then the Mystery Explained, the properly printed color-coded version will be in my hand, and then within hours I'm going to know. It's really just about the lettering. If I can read the lettering, I'm 60 years old. If I can read the lettering and the diagrams, then we're going to get that thing published and get that thing out to you guys just as soon as possible. So they're on the case, and there's going to be an update in the newsletter, and I'm getting ready to make a video update about that right now. So there's a lot of reporting on this right here. I'm not going to try to duplicate what's out there. The tsunami warning's been canceled, and 7.9 earthquake event. It's going to show up on the chart for the coming week for week 50. Then we should be out of the woods for the large magnitude earthquakes by the time we move beyond week 51, if we're following the 2016 cycle, and that's because the Earth core is cooling. We're moving to that 9-degree position that I just showed you guys. Okay, Again, all the notification 2018 notification emails are sent out. If anybody hasn't received it, then you fell through the cracks, one way or the other. There are hundreds and hundreds, and I found 6 yesterday in finalizing everything that we were put in the wrong folder. And throughout the year, just making just one little mistake can cause this to happen. And so I like to issue that information, get that information out there so that if anybody hasn't received their 2018 Dropbox folder link notification email, if you haven't received that yet, please write me at the Gmail email address, and I'll get that to you just as soon as possible. And get more information at the website right here at this is the newsletter. I don't have the website pulled up, but get more information right here at terral03.com. Thank you guys very much for your support, and I'll see you here in the video on the Mystery Explained, and then see you on the update reports coming out on Thursday.